I'm obsessed with mind control, being the holder of a lot of power and knowing how to use it. I think being who I am now is not just being a DJ, it's being like somebody who cares about society. I care about institutions that oppress people. At the same time, music and how that's used to control culture and all of the magic and witchcraft behind it. My name is Venus X. I'm a DJ and I started a party called Ghetto Gothic. We started on Halloween. This is like the 6th-year anniversary of Ghetto Gothic, of the first party.
I love you.
Right now I'm in London to DJ.
This is the dark side. I love this part. I probably could get a really good outfit in there. I need a good look for tonight. Something glamorous but dark. So can we use Vice's credit card to shop today?
Ghetto Gothic is really about bringing together generations of different kinds of people. Weird black kids, weird brown kids, because a rebel is always a rebel, you know what I mean? Like a person with that in their spirit is always gonna wanna go to where that fire is. I know a lot, I've read a lot of books. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm the most ghetto bitch in the universe, because I'm just not. Like, I grew up in a certain environment. I had, a particular set of parents, one who was an educator and one who was a criminal. And so that enabled me to commit intelligent crimes, like running warehouses. Great DJs, they produce their own events, you know what I mean? The key to having a really good moment in your city is being able to control the venue experience for people, control the level of security, control the amount of drugs, make sure no one dies, but make sure people are like exposed and get to have lots of fun. I was born in Harlem and I was born in the late 80s, 1986. And my parents, they're Latino, so I grew up around a lot of salsa, merengue. I was in a city that had so many diverse cultures that I was constantly bombarded with lots of different styles of music. At first I was pretty, hardcore. Slowly my set evolved, I added a lot of industrial music, weird rap music, really dark. It was a really wild way of DJing. I think I should have grown up in England because I really love this street. Even though people say it's like finished already. It's like a gothic girl's dream. DJing for this epic Halloween tour with Evian Kreis and Total Freedom and a bunch of other cool people. 3 dates on my dream lineup. It's pretty major. It does feel like some new level. This is really nice. It's really beautiful.
You like everything?
Of course, that's why I came in here. At first I was really punk. When I started listening to a lot of aggro tech from Mexico, I started wanting to look more like a cyber goth because that was the look of the music. I wanted to look how it sounded. Taking fashion into your own hands is the beginning of creating culture because culture is something that people see, they hear, they taste it.
Did you wear these when you were younger?
I'm a hippie man.
Oh, you're a hippie, not a punk.
We like peace, love, rock and roll.
Ah, okay. Not gothic?
What else you want?
Not cheap to look good these days, huh?
Nothing is cheap.
Hey.
Okay, here we
Thanks
go.
so much. Don't forget about me.
How can I forget you?
Don't do it. I'll haunt you. Bye. There was a moment around 2011 where a lot of celebrities started reaching out to me and trying to work with me. I just didn't want to be like a martyr to the mainstream and be like, sure, I'll sign that contract that gives you complete control over my career. In the age of the internet, through Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, I've been able to amass a pretty large amount of power in influencing other young people. I realized I had this power, but I also realized that it was complicated. In order to move up the social ladder of entertainment, you kind of have to give up that power as a girl. As a woman, people are constantly just telling me it's not good enough, it's not quality DJing, or you're not mixing well enough, or you're not, and it's just like, well, if you went to as many punk shows as I did, you know that rules, they are just conjured up by people who want to fuck up the party. Commodification is just a cycle. When people commodify things, they forget about them. The easiest way for me to deal with that is just not to commodify myself. I don't really put out mixes, I don't really put out EPs, I don't have management, and I don't care for one, you know? But I do care to like have a relationship to my work that allows me to make decisions. It's really unique, the position that I'm in, and I don't know that there's ever been like too many women of color with so much cultural clout. Being who I am is a combination of a lot of different things that have happened in my life. I went to Catholic school, I lived a rigid lifestyle, I got straight A's, I got full scholarships to college. I participated in like the American dream because my parents were immigrants and I wanted to make them proud. You know, I studied science for a while. I actually went to school to be a doctor. And then friends started committing suicide, and then friends started doing, you know, drugs and overdosing, and I was like, oh my God, life is not just paychecks and diplomas. I think I started to wander away from the path of being normal. I started getting tattoos and I started doing drugs. All of that contributed to where I'm at today. I think I always wanted to be a revolutionary. I always wanted to be in politics. I want to have enough autonomy no matter what the situation is that I don't really need to do anything except be a good role model. And that doesn't mean being perfect, doesn't mean not doing drugs, it doesn't mean not making mistakes, it doesn't mean not being like controversial or whatever. It just means actually not participating in the bullshit. You know, waking up every day and having to take pills because you don't know how to cope. Like, live your life, enjoy your life. And I mean, if we could all just live a little bit more like. And I think like that dream of wanting to be productive and successful, but also on your own terms and dressing how you wanted, for me, that was like ghetto gothic. I don't think I've ever peaked or had that moment where I'm like, I'm successful now. If we could restore underground celebrity to like pop star status influence, the way that music kind of once was, you know, we had all these archetypes of females that were different. They were overweight, they were skaters, they were punk, they were, you know, folk singers. You just had different kinds of women, and now you just have like pop stars, you have machines. And I think that, you know, my success will be actually being able to break that without having to sign my life away, I guess.
This is my favorite place on earth. I'm excited. Club Cyberdog. You can go any time of day. I am opening my own shop later this year, hopefully.
I think that right now I need a space to make music, I need a space to make art, I need a space to sell a bunch of clothes I've collected. I just really want to help people look good and then make them come to my parties. In the near future, I'm hoping that Ghetto Gothic will make a comeback. We've been looking for venues, and despite all the things that we've said, like, oh, it's over, whatever, I don't really care. I don't care what any of you think. That's the beauty of what I do. I'm just a free agent.